So welcome guys to this amazing client interview with my former client, Jimmy. We're going to talk about how his progression was during the program, what he learned from it, and how we progressed since. So Jimmy, could you tell us a little bit more about yourself? So for example, what you do, what kind of business you have?
Of course, brother. Thank you very much. And first of all, thank you for everything, man. It was a pleasure working with you, but also the transition that we made to a real good friendship. And I'm looking forward to how we'll go further from here. A bit about me. I started, I think, around 6 years ago with entrepreneurship. Before that, I was a graphic designer, did a lot of design works, made logos, banners, all that kind of things. Transitioned it to more web design, and from there I specialized myself in web design and funnels. Now for 4 years I'm running that business. I have a team of 10 people, and next to that last year I started a gamification company focused in giving more recognition to the just common employees. So we gamify, we make it more fun to work and give more recognition by rewarding you as a person for doing the things that you are doing. And last year we also started a company in the gamification as well, but more focused on cleaning a bit of the earth through collecting trash. So that's our at the moment my currently businesses. I think and I value a lot of personal health as well as a lot of love with friendship, but also through me, and also happiness. I think that's one of the most important things that we can experience, and I'm glad that I can experience this day by day. So a bit about my businesses.
Yeah, that's perfect, man. It's always a joy to talk with you. So why did you get into entrepreneurship? Like, what was the defining factor for that?
Amazing question. I think it has different kind of factors, different kind of meaning through it. I think one of the most common things is, of course, the freedom that you can have by doing things you love doing. When I started with entrepreneurship, I've noticed in my study, like as a graphic designer, I've noticed that the traditional way was or get a regular job or work for someone else. And I've seen through a lot of research, a lot of YouTube watching, that there is more than just doing the regular thing. And I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs starting their businesses, more the SMA part of it, I think in 2017. And I've noticed, okay, cool, I have a skill, but what now? Maybe if I just try, I can create something that has a bit more value than a regular life. And from there, I just started from a hobby and doing small gigs of design and websites. And from there, it slowly built in a incredible, cool business that made me money and also, funneled me into a life that I'm real happy about. So I think it was a bit of just curiosity, but also seeking more freedom and a bit of seeking discomfort, a well-known principle by Yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's cool, man. Nice to get a little bit of background, like why you joined entrepreneurship. So I think we started working together. We should have started working together, I think in November or something. Actually, we started working in January. What was life like before we started working together?
It was sometimes a bit hard. I've noticed by myself that my biggest strong points is creating ideas and making something out of it and sharing those ideas and just communicate it through new levels and that's all fun. But I've noticed that the discipline and the focus next to it is far more important. So you can have a great idea, but if you can't literally take the action to do it, you don't have anything about it. So I think the biggest thing that I was struggling with was collecting my own time and the asset that I have, my intention to the right thing, that was missing at this moment. So I had a lot of business, I had cool ideas, I had a great team, but how do you literally go from the thing that you have to more focus, more result after it. Of course, more knowledge about sleep as well. I am a enthusiastic person,
Yeah.
and that is an overall thing that comes back in my whole life. So as well as my sleep goes like this, so my health is like this.
Yeah.
Everything is an enthusiastic life, and I think the most thing that I missed was the insight of how do I collect the information that I now have from the real knowledgeable people, and how do I make my own routine of it. And of course the focus point, I think that was the most points I missed at that moment.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because that's what I've noticed when we started to working together. Like you had a lot of knowledge about everything, like, you know, okay, you have to do morning routine, you have to do that. But for some reason, like, and that's what I see with most people I've worked with, for some reason, like they don't feel so good, or they have a slump in performance and they don't really know why. So what was it like the first few weeks? I think we got some big wins in February, but what were like the first few weeks we started working together?
Definitely. We start. One thing I forgot was also my waking up time. I've noticed my why wasn't that strong enough to give those energy that I was
Yeah.
pumping out of my bed. And the first thing that we had was just talk about it. What's the current state we have? What are the problems I'm facing? But also, where are the opportunities to get the most out of it in the shortest time? And indeed, what you were saying, in February, we start the monk mode. So we had a lot of talk, and we're thinking about, okay, how can we take your energized vision of life and also have a bit of structure and fun next to it. And those two elements coming together created a beautiful result in my happiness by itself, but also my business went X, like keer 3. What's the
yeah, I know, like 3X, I think. Yeah.
3X, yeah, we 3X my revenue at that month.
Yeah.
From January was terrible, and yeah, I for most part I think I lost the overview and the vision of where I want to go.
Yeah.
I thought I knew it, but literally when you write it out, but also talking about it helped a lot. So that was the first part we started by just talking about it, writing it down. You give me some assignments, and from there I've noticed far more a clearer vision, and a clearer vision makes you more enthusiastic because there is no resistance anymore. You know where you want to go to.
Yeah.
Resistance is gone. And in the conversation with that we have, you gave me actionable steps. So not a whole list of do this, 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 this. Just let's just start this week by these 3 goals. And I've noticed that that really helped, and gave me far more far more strict following rules to go to than just what the fuck do I need right now. So I think that did really help me.
Yeah, exactly, because that's like the thing. People always think like you should focus on like 1,000 things, but it's usually just a few things that really like have the biggest impact. And if you do those things right, then the rest fall into place. And also, like your point about vision, I think at the start, like we talked about it, like you hit 10K once, and that was like really a motivation, like, oh, I want to hit 10K. But then like now it was like, okay, yeah, now I've hit it. Now I'm like back at another level again. So what is like really the drive? And I think that's for maybe entrepreneurs that are already a bit further, like you've hit some revenue goal, but then you fall back again, and then it's like you fall off your motivation. So then the vision is so important. Maybe it's also fun to tell, like, what do you see for yourself? Like, where do you want to go with like your businesses?
Great point. A bit go back to the point where you're saying it was indeed I lost the motivation because I became comfortable. I thought I made it. I made like 13K or 14K. And I thought, okay, amazing. I created something big, but maybe it's now time to delegate all my work, start creating a more free life. And how well it did great. We started building a great team of a lot of people. The thing that I started with was because I like creating things. I like building something, and I transitioned into a role as a manager, and it was not the role that I was prepared for. So yeah, that's the way I lost my drive, because I transitioned into something I didn't prepare for and hadn't had the knowledgeable skills to actually do it the best I could.
Yeah.
And from there, I just had a dip. It was a real slow dip in motivation, in effort, in focus, but also in the result that we made as a business.
Yeah.
We did the same revenue goals, but the thing that changed was, for most part, was the profits that I took out of it. First, it was like 80% profit.
Yeah.
From there, transition to maybe 40, 50. So there's a bit difference, and there's things that change. But back to your question about my vision. Because we have a lot of companies right now, it's sometimes a bit hard to vision what the visions are about the companies. And I think I have a personal vision and a vision of the companies by itself. Let me see. The personal vision is, for the most part, just live a good and happy life, or a day. Just enjoy the day that you have. And in the back of the days, I was thinking like, oh, all those big goals, and just have everything perfect and amazing. And now I just far more focus on just have a good day. Just do the things that create a good day. Just do your meditating, just do your workout, do some reading, have good sleep. Just easy things that you can do.
Yeah.
If you do those consistently, then you will have your vision by itself. So I just focus more on being the person, the identity that I want to have and be, instead of just reaching big goals, because I know if I just be this, do this, I will be this person that I want to go to. That more bit of personal, of course. Yeah, you want a certain visual look by yourself, or just a place to live. If I see my business media ways, I see it as a more transition to more the educational part of creating a web design funnel or web shop for yourself, and in the long term, just giving a bigger impact. So creating more content around it, building a bigger team, literally make a company culture that everyone wants to be a part of. And now we have a beautiful company with a couple of people, but more transitioned more to the education side of it, as well as keeping the web design business by itself. So we have had, in the first time, we did like every service there is. But now I'm primarily focusing on web design, because I think I can create and give the most value of it, but also it gives more focus for myself, but also my clients and potential clients. Next to gamification, for Binify, I think we going to start working with the government of Amsterdam probably in the near future. There's our goal to take over whole Netherlands and clean the Netherlands by itself more bit by bit. So we start off building and cleaning Amsterdam, and from there, if Amsterdam, if you see a big difference in the cities of Amsterdam, definitely every city in the Netherlands want to be a part of it. So for in the upcoming 5 years, I hope to have it in 5 big cities in the Netherlands here, Binify. Next to it, Rewardly, more the business side of gamification. We hope to have a valuation about 10 and 50 million in around 5 years. The directors and the investors that we're talking to, they said it was definitely possible. So some crazy numbers to hear. But also help around 100 and 200 companies in the Netherlands having more fun by the work that they are doing. So now it's the number actually is like 60% of all working people, employees, are not happy with the work that they are doing at the current state they're in. If we can change it just by 10%, change it by 10%, it was tremendously valuable asset for every business and as a whole, as a company, but also as a country. So it are not real strict visions, but there are some key indicators we want to move to. And I think visions change over time because you have new knowledge, you have new people, you have new ideas. Everything will change sometimes, but we have an idea where we want to go to. I think the most important is just do what you can do right now, have an idea where you want to go through, what are the action steps you want to go through, what are the action steps you need to become the company you want to be, and just do it. So in a Brit, it was
exactly. But it was awesome like hearing you talk about it, because I think it also shows to the people listening is that like the vision is the most important part. Also, that's why I think started with that. Is like you can do your sleep routines, you can do like a focus routine, deep work, but it's like if you don't know what it's for, so like what your vision is, where you want to go, why do you want to have that, why do you want to become a certain person, then it will feel very empty. Like you will just be a robot doing routines, and it's like, okay, why am I doing it? And eventually, I think that's what you've noticed, like at the start when we were working together, is that you don't burn out, but you sort of like forget why you do what you do, and then your motivation is lower, you have lower output, like less get done. So it's like, for the people watching, like the biggest thing is just have the vision, know what you want and where you want to go, and then of course focus on, like what you've also said, is focus on the action steps that will get there. So what's like the first 3 to 5 things you can do to set in the right direction, because eventually it's just about knowing what your goal is and setting the right steps. And it sounds so simple, like it's not easy, but it's simple if you think about it. And that's great to hear from you as well. Like next to your, for example, you said like you 3x your revenue in February. What were like other personal results or business results that you got out of the months that we worked together?
Let me see. A new friendship, of course. Most valuable things you can get. Let me see. I think it gave me more purpose by day by day. It gave me far more power to go through the day. So of course the revenue was a result of it. The first 10 days, it was already crazy. I made more in the first 10 days than in the past 3 months before that. So you can see the difference. I think the biggest change was just more belief in the things that I was doing. So I'm a more an analytical person. So I need some facts and things that are based on wetenschap, on
science, like just that it's like reality.
Based on reality, based on science. I had more the science and reality part needed to have the insights to actually doing it and know it's gonna work. And if you believe it, if you can see it and have everything in line, so of course the results are great, but it all starts by the personal side. So if you do those things, that will help you tremendously. By far more reading will definitely create more growth as a person. And if you grow as a person, you become happy. When you're happy, you are more enthusiastic. When you are more enthusiastic, you will give those energy to everybody and the people you're speaking to, the people that you want to close as a deal. And if you speak to those people, they feel it. And when they feel it, they make an easier choice. So it's all like compounding effect. I think the parts start in a basic form, as just reading, just meditating. It's all small things, but all those things created all those results after it. And of course, far more. If you see all those growth that you are making, you becoming far more happy as a person. I'm definitely happy almost every day. When you see all those results, and for now I'm just talking the personal results that you're doing, it gives far more happiness by yourself. So
yeah, exactly, because you get motivated from yourself, and that's like what, like at the start it's sort of like a motivation that you have, but eventually, like if you feel happy, if you see the results, or for example, if you have a sales call and you're very enthusiastic because you had a nice night of sleep, you did your morning routine, you had like meditation, and now you're focused, then if you see the results from that, then you start to believe like, oh yeah, like my performance is the key to doing that stuff. And I think for most people, and I've like I had that when I even started with this as well, is like, okay, how much effect does it really have? But it's more like the energy you give out, and if you're giving your energy, then it also translates to the people that you talk to. So yeah, that's an I think amazing insight. So now after we finished, and now we've like we've become friends, you've also helped me with things in my business as well, thinking about how to, for example, scale further. So that's already very valuable. But where are you at now? Like, what are your plans, and like, how's life in general?
Yeah, I'm so happy that we can help each other in different kind of ways. So I think that's a great point to the collaboration we have as a person as well, after those help you gave me. The plans for now is we started launching Rewardly last month, so now it's just giving as much value as we can. We have a whole transition in my office right here in Hoofddorp, so it will have a big change in visual appearance. For me, the biggest upcoming things that I'm enthusiastic about is, first of all, I want to create far more content. I've noticed the way of giving value through the world is something you want to have a scalable ability to it, and the most easiest part to do that is just through content. So giving far more value was one of my biggest insecurities to what the meaning or the things people think about me, and now I'm far more getting conscious about it, far more overcoming those fears, and just giving as much value as possible, just being your authentic self, and just just see where it goes to. But next to it as well, I started building Buildflow. It's our new website software and funnel software. The plans to it is to launch it as well in this month, and from there we hope to, and we think we can build the ClickFunnels from the Netherlands here in the. So I'm also real curious where that thing will go through, and just we have like 10 or 15 clients. We start working with it, and they're all really happy with the results we get. And the beautiful part is it is like a crossway. We build the website, but we can also give you the abilities and all the skills, the tools, but also the skills to build it yourself. And of course, we can help you tremendously because we are literally living it. We have made like 200 websites plus for clients, and those insights we can give you as a person and as a business. So just launching our new Buildflow software, but also focusing far more on content and giving as much value, getting a bit more known about the web design part of business, because I've noticed if you can build a website, if you know how you can visually present something that also can give you literally or can create money for you, that's one of the easiest and best skills I have built by myself. Because every business that I'm coming through, or I can give all my insights because I know how you can build the visual base, the fundering, the foundation of a company online. So just creating content and launching Buildflow.
Awesome, man. It's great to hear. Yeah, also about that, like I wanted to share a point, like I've struggled with that, I think 2 years or something ago as well, is like that you set out content and you think what people are going to think about it. So I made this, I used to do a email list back in the day. It's called Personal Growth Saturdays, and I just wrote about like books I read and stuff like that. And at the start, I also had this, but then someone, or it was from a video, I don't know who told me, it's like if one person gets value out of you sharing the content, then you should do it, because then it's literally your obligation to do it for them. And you shouldn't think about like what other people will think about it, because if you only help one person, then you will still help that one person progress further in life, have a bigger impact, or feel better. And yeah, that's the most important thing, I think, in the end. Yeah.
Basic thing, something I want to add to it and give some value to the watchers as well. Some things that you can have in mind is instead of thinking you will create content for everybody, just focus on, I want to create content for just one person, because it makes it far more easier. The objections and weerstand as well, can find the English word, but it will decrease a lot. If you know, I just make content for one person and he's just my ideal person I want to talk to. So as well as creating the content, what is the things that the ideal person wants to know? Not what I think the person wants to know, but what does the person want to hear? So what are the problems you came across when you're doing your business as well? It's some interesting stuff to talk about, as well as I have seen this morning a video of Leila Hormozi, the woman of Alex Hormozi. People know him because he's amazing. She was saying, okay, they had a talk with Grant Cardone, and he was saying like, I don't want to be loved. That's not my purpose of creating the content. I want to be known just for the value I gave. So instead of focusing, I want to have the people like me, just creating the content because you want to get known. You want to create the platform to distribute your value and have a bigger impact, because how more value you are giving to the world, how more it can will come back to you as a person. So
exactly
through money or connections, through love, everything is possible if we just give more value.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you want more, you should give more. It's exactly that's one of the things I like, one of the biggest lessons I've learned last year as well, because if you don't give, like, how can you receive? It goes for everything. Yeah, it's quite cool. Hey, we can wrap up this interview. Is there anything that you'd still like to share with the audience about something that you've learned, or something about the coaching, just anything that you'd like to share?
Take your performance seriously, man. Everybody, it just start. You heard it in my story, but from every person you've interviewed probably, and people that the watchers know, just create the foundation, the personal, the identity of the person that you want to be. And just do those things. Don't make it complicated for yourself. You know, everybody knows what we need to do. We know we need 8 hours sleep. We know we can read to make better progression and growth. We know that meditation is great for rest and more relaxing moments, but we don't do it. So, or get an expert like Steven, who will definitely help you and guide you through those processes, or start doing by yourself and make it as easy as possible. Instead of I need to climb the Mount Everest, just start with one step, man. Just start with one step. So and that's it, man. That's it.
Awesome words. Let's end it at that. I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank the listeners for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.